Are you familiar with the term preaching to the choir? That's how you win this game. Granted, there's multiple ways to play, multiple ways to win, but right now, one of the simplest and easiest ways is to find your choir and preach to them, which I think in essence, that's exactly what we've done here. That's exactly what we've accomplished here. And you all have helped me tremendously. And I want to do the same. I want to return the favor because this is consistency. This is clarity. This is honesty. This is day 27, I believe. And even today, I'm still relearning and learning and learning more of how to go about this. Okay. And it's not a matter, I don't think it's a matter of, being unsure, uncertain, or flip flopping or anything like that. I think it's more so a matter of growth, growth, because at the end of the day, I only want to make positive. I want to make progress. Okay. And the more progress that I can make, I think the more progress that I can help others make. And so even today, it came to me from writing the notes down or typing the notes that I have to share with you guys today and thinking about this video and other channels that I have. And I've been working on this for weeks. I've been talking to you guys about it for weeks, and it just kind of just fell into place today by having these conversations and just thinking about it and thinking about what do I want. And at first it was build a $10,000 a month business, which then I realized, well, I've already got a business that produces substantial levels of income. Why not just add to that? Okay. And taking advice and cues and tips from Alex Hormozi and other successful entrepreneurs and solopreneurs and sharing that with you all. And kind of like thinking to myself, well, for fun, let's turn this channel into a $10,000 a month business. That may simplify this journey, this process that we are in together. Because if you've been following along, or if you choose to, plan to, want to follow along, continuing on down this journey, then in theory, anyone should be able to track the progress, the growth, the numbers, the analytics that I share with you, and then be able to duplicate it and do the same, all by just preaching to your choir. And so it may take months, it may take years, but I think that based on the results we've seen so far, the channel reaching almost 300 subscribers now, it's proof that it's a strategy that works. And the best part about it is it's extremely simple and it's extremely easy. Even better than that, being simple and easy, is that it's extremely helpful and beneficial to me as I even go back, and I went back and rewatched day 4. I rewatched day 4 today. I was like, what did I talk about in that video? Why did that video resonate with so many more people, or the algorithm push it to so many more people than the other videos? And I think it is part of that whole of preaching to the choir. Granted, some videos and some titles, as I try to make them as clear as possible, essentially explaining what I want you to know in the title and using a screenshot for the thumbnail, may resonate with certain people at certain times. It is what it is. I'm not shooting for virality here. I'm shooting for real, raw, natural, organic connection here. And so, I don't know. Maybe it was the fact that I did a little fun intro with some background music. Maybe it was the fact that I incorporated some vlog clips of the day and the things that we had done. I don't know exactly. I really don't know. But I did rewatch it, and just it allowed me to process. And there was really just one gap left in this whole thing, because I got 4 channels. And so the main channel talks about news, typically political news, but I like to get more into the economy. I like to get more into the automotive industry. I like to get more into other types of news, real estate, housing market, maybe some pop culture, maybe depending. It literally has to be something that interests me, because if it interests me, then I can talk about it easily and naturally. And then in theory, it should connect with the choir. Okay. We're going to talk about this choir. The second channel was kind of like it was like a catch-all, really, that was kind of being neglected. The main channel's monetized. The second channel's monetized. My third channel is a car channel that was clear, and it's monetized, which I get my car back tomorrow. So I haven't had it for a week. So I haven't made content on the channel. I put up a short because I got a clip of the car as it was getting the PPF finalized. But when I get the car back, I'll actually be making more content for that channel. But the second channel actually just got renamed today, and the focus is so simple and it's so clear, and it ties into this channel. This channel is actually my fourth channel, my smallest channel, the only channel I have that's not monetized, and it's shaping and directing the other channels and overall being a tremendous help and increasing revenues in the process. I don't know if YouTube has updated the revenue. We had a good day yesterday. We had a good day yesterday on the main channel. And as of now, it hasn't updated. But if it does, by the time I finish editing this video, I'll include it, because the views from yesterday shot up a lot. The views from yesterday shot up a lot. And the prior day, we were at 43,705. And yesterday, we shot up to 161,527. And so, good day. Good day. Had 3 videos that went up, 3 videos that did really well. Each one consistently did better than the one prior to. And it was just a good day. It was a good day. And it all came down to just that simple philosophy of preaching to the choir. And so today I'm thinking to myself, well, the second channel should be just as easy. The second channel should be essentially the same as the other channels, but I didn't want to duplicate. I didn't want to have a duplicate news channel. I didn't want to have a duplicate car channel. I didn't want to have a duplicate YouTube motivation, inspiration channel. I didn't want to have any of that, which I don't really know how I would describe this channel yet, but we're working on that. We're waiting on YouTube to kind of like guide us here to our choir specifically, maybe. But I said, well, I'll just make the second channel a channel where I can preach to the choir, talk to anyone about anything. And the easiest way to do it is because the title is essentially what I want you to know. And therefore, those who would be interested are going to click to watch. And thus we have found the choir. But the only thing different with it was I'll have these chats and conversations with my wife. So there's that. And as I've shared with you guys before, she annihilates my revenue numbers, and she's way better at this than I am. And the two of us combined should only produce great things, you know? So it's just like, you guys help me stay consistent here, make this content, have these conversations, think about it, rewatch it, listen to the things I've said in the past, and then just, I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm locked in, folks, and I am so excited. And I did want to share, like, if anyone else wants to attempt this, okay? I'll put it to you like this. I watched this guy. It was Kicking It with Q, I think. And he was on TikTok, and he's on YouTube as well, but he just picked up a new Super Duty, and he was kind of responding to folks in the comments about how you accomplish these goals in life. And we talked a little bit about manifestation the other day. And I think the important part about manifestation is that there's a key component there that maybe some people choose to ignore, which is very important, and it's action. But beyond that is, he mentioned in this TikTok that if your life was a movie, what would it look like if we watched it? And if you would like to begin and try to go down this road of daily uploads and consistency for growth, for revenue, for monetization, for whatever it may be, just start with documenting what you did that day. Be blunt, be honest, be upfront. Document what you did that day. And then in a week or two, go back and rewatch and listen to yourself describing what you did. And if it sounds like you're making progress, great. But if it sounds like you're just being lazy, procrastinating, more so wishing than actually manifesting by taking action, then it should help you. It should help you learn from yourself. And then you'll need to kick yourself in the pants and get in gear if it's actually what you want. Okay, there's that. So, questions coming in on yesterday's video of, am I doing something wrong? Well, not necessarily, because that's subjective. But if you've got specific goals, which maybe you do, maybe you don't, that should be the first place that you want to start. Then, with these specific goals, what are you doing every day to reach them? If you're spending 30, 40 plus days trying to reach these goals and not making any progress, then it's time to start making changes. Honestly, I think YouTube at most is 1 week before it gives you clear evidence and proof that what you're doing is working or not. Sometimes you get lucky and they show you immediately. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days. But after a week, it's kind of like, meh. Beyond that, maybe a year later, the algorithm changes and it picks you up. But we're not trying to wait that long. This system works. This process works. If you're saying to yourself, well, Kevin, I see you posting daily. I see your channel growing. I see the progress. It's proof. Like literally, like I said, I'm sharing this with you guys, but it's really for me. It helps me to reflect and come back, clarity, listen to myself, and maybe a different mindset depending on when. And also to prove that if I can do it, anybody can do it without any outside influence from any bigger channel that I may have already that could easily push this channel to monetization, but it wouldn't necessarily accomplish the goal of showing you that it can be done, showing myself that it can be done, and connecting to a brand new audience. I don't want to duplicate a channel. I don't want to duplicate a channel. I don't want to do that. So there's that. I will say, if you want personal, one-on-one, there's opportunities I've shared. They're in the description, but that's not entirely what I'm here for. You're more than welcome to reach out, and I don't mind helping people, and I want to see people win and succeed. But my focus, my big picture here is just to grow the channel, get it monetized, and also attract big businesses and sponsorship opportunities, as I've discussed with you guys on previous videos of how to make $10,000 a month with very low views. Like, that's pretty much it. And just to say that I've done it again, just to say, look, it can be done. I have another proven process that I can share with others and show them I've done it in this niche. 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 It's simple. It's easy. Preach to that choir. And also it allows me greater versatility and flexibility in my sponsorship opportunities because it's not all the same audience. That makes sense. So there's that. These are easy ways to grow your YouTube channel and get views and engagement. Again, they may not be viral views, but if you connect, if you preach to that choir, it's gonna be real easy to do. We were at a bar yesterday getting wings, and on the screen on TV was college baseball, and it was LSU. Oh man, who were they playing? Was it LSU? I don't remember. But basically, here's your choir. Let's just say Pick two teams you like, okay? And it doesn't have to be baseball. It doesn't have to be, look, the point is you can create content talking about college baseball. Boom, there's your choir. You can create content more so specifically talking about a certain team and college baseball. There's your choir. Now, granted, you would want to pick something that you know, you like, you enjoy, you're passionate about. You can speak naturally. You don't need notes or research or anything like that. And it's just like you're having a conversation with a fan, a fellow fan. That's your choir. And if you preach to that choir, they will accept you. They will like you. They will more than likely subscribe. They will tell their other friends about you, and your channel will grow. It's that simple. It's that easy. Be accepted. Be accepted, and you'll grow fast. This is not asking or suggesting that you yourself change who you are. It's more so of you leaning into what makes you you. And this makes me me. Besides cars, like the car thing is so simple, so easy. But if you can find a passion, a hobby, a love, an interest, a career, a profession, a skill, a hobby, it doesn't matter. If you preach to that choir and you give them what you want them to know in the titles and thumbnails that make sense, there's really no way you can't grow. Now, I do want to say there's a disclaimer here, there's a little caveat. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. And I have to remind myself of that from time to time, because I'm only responsible for my actions. I can only be responsible for my actions, my journey, my drive, my determination, my decisions, my choices. I can only be responsible for me. And therefore, for instance, if you want help, or if anyone you know needs or wants help, whether it's me offering aid and assistance or you or whatever the case may be, if they choose not to get that help, then I can't take it personal, which is why I prefer to work with businesses over directly with consumers and individual people. Okay. The businesses don't necessarily rely too much on emotion, and businesses have processes and contractual obligations to get the work done. If you choose to seek help, whether it be from me or anyone else, pay for a membership, buy a course, book a one-on-one call, whatever it may be, and are given the answers, the tools, the help, the advice, the suggestions and recommendations that have been proven to work, and then you still don't do them, I can't take it personal. And I've been down this road before, which has allowed me to grow and get to this point and say it clearly and confident to you guys that I'm not here to sell you a course. I'm not here to take your money. I'm not here to do any of those things. If you so choose and would like to go down that route, I will be there for sure. But at the end of the day, I can't take it personally if things don't work out because the work wasn't done. Because this is a process, and it definitely is an eye-opening experience for some, as perhaps maybe they've been doing this for a while, for years, making hundreds of videos and getting nowhere, and then having to kind of rethink what they kind of thought was natural, only to push them into a direction of finding how to be natural in a way that connects and produces and pays. That's it. But I've got a lot of case studies of accomplishing these goals, and then shortly thereafter, folks kind of walking away and quitting. I don't know why that is yet. And I think it's because, for the most part, usually it was because I offered it because I knew that people needed the help. And therefore, there was not a lot of value placed in the help that was provided, the, as I call, money printer of YouTube, which I'm like, it's a money printer. It really is. Once you get the monetization turned on, it's a money printer. But even before then, it can be a money printer. You just got to know how to use the machine. But I think it's like, I see people, I hear them, I listen to them. That's what I do. I mean, I can't help it. And I'm not going to give them money, but I will teach them and show them. I will lead the horse to water, essentially, figuratively speaking. I'll teach the man how to fish, but it's because they didn't ask for it. I just heard them and I showed them and I kind of pushed them and I helped them, but they didn't ask for it. They didn't value it. And therefore they just let it go. They let it go. Actually, here recently, know that somebody has asked again if they could get help again after like 2 years or so of quitting, knowing like they were on a good path, and then they just quit. And now things haven't worked out quite the way they wanted to, and they want to get back in. And it's obvious to see the success that this can bring. And it's just like, I've been down that road before. I don't really want to do it again. So the difference here is, well, I can't give it away. I can't force it on to anyone. They need to take the first step themselves to say, no, I want this. I need this. I am willing to do what it takes to make this happen. And I think that might be the difference. I think that might be the key. So there's that, folks. Everything I share with you is true, honest, real, as transparent as I can possibly make it. And again, this is not a pitch. This is not a sale. This is not none of that. This is literally me sharing with myself that I will rewatch later. You guys are more than welcome to engage. I appreciate it. And if you do want help, I've made ways in which, we can work together. But at the end of the day, it's really more so of just a video that says, if I can do it, you can do it. And if you can pick up on what I'm talking about and what I'm sharing just in these videos alone, then it's proof that you don't need to pay anybody for it. It just is. If you want to accelerate and fast track that process and you have specific questions, and I get it. I understand it. But at the end of the day, anybody can do this. Trust me, anybody can do this. And be successful at it. And hopefully you can use me as an example for that proof, because you'll see, guys, we're at 300, roughly 299, 300. I don't know which one it is. Subscribers. We're at, I don't know how many hours, but when we get there, we'll get monetized. When we get there, we'll get monetized, and you guys will see, and I'll still be here, and once we get monetized, I'm gonna start going live. So if you guys do want to ask like one-off questions, and you can just super chat the questions in on the live stream. But it's just like, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be transparent all the way through. And you can just go back. You can just go back and just track it and just do it, But at the same time, if you do want personal one-on-one coaching or consulting, then I've made that available for you guys down below in the description. I'm done yapping. My family's waiting on me to go out for dinner. It is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to any fathers, any good dads out there. You guys know who you are. And that wraps up day 27.